So here we have it, everyone. We have the Poppy Q&A. Are you excited to share about you? Let's go. Hello, 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 and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen our faces before, hi, we're Nick and Poppy. Fab to have you here. We're all about living life loud, and what that means to us is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, Miss Poppy, you're on camera. She's making biscuits. So, I put out a post weeks ago. I'm sorry it's taken me so long. Put out a post weeks ago to say, if you have any questions about Poppy, please do let me know. And I would be more than happy to answer them, particularly as I get a lot of feedback on her in my videos, and I would be more than happy to share. Now, I've put her favourite blanket here, just so that we can see if she stays with us. But I think, are you trying to figure out how to get into it? Do you want to go in? Okay, so she's here with us here. Okay, maybe she's just feeling a little bit camera shy, but this kind of indicates some of the stuff that I know some of you asked about her. So this will give you a little bit of insight. Hey, Popalina. This is her favourite blanket that she loves, that stays on the end of my bed. I put it here because I thought that she'd then feel more comfortable sticking around. So there we go. I think she's going to have a little nap in there whilst we chat. So let's go to sort of the start of all of this. So let me tell you a little bit about her, just in general. So I got Poppy in March of this year, so 2024, and she was in essence a rescue, and very little was known about her to me. I found her through a Sphynx Facebook group. I think it's a very large Facebook group, UK based, but the individual who runs it, I did a little bit of research just to make sure sort of it was all very legit, and she has been quoted in sort of a number of articles in relation to the Sphynx Cat breed, etc. Very knowledgeable and seems to be a very big part of this community. So I had a lot of confidence in that. But so I had reached out to her to say that I was looking for a Sphynx in particular. And basically here were my details. Here was my lifestyle and my living situation, in terms of the style of home that I have, in terms of the hours of the day that I, that I work, and all of that kind of stuff. And I sent that on a Sunday evening, and by Monday morning, 9 a.m, I had a response, which said, I have a cat that's in Halifax, which is in Yorkshire, which is about 3.5, 4 hours from where I live. A cat in Halifax. Not much is known about her. We believe she's about 5.5 years old, and we know her name is Poppy. And I said, okay, is there anything else you can give me? He said, nope, that's it. Here's the individual sort of details who are currently looking after her. If you would like to know more, give them a call. So, of course, I reached out. And said, I'm interested in knowing more about Poppy. Would we be able to find some time? They came back to me to say, how about this evening? So yeah, that was fine. And when we got on the phone, I said, so tell me about her. And they said, well, we think she's about 5.5 and we know her name is Poppy. Anything else? No, not a lot. Not a lot. And they, and I sort of gave them a bit of background on me, what I was looking for, again, the sort of home setup, all of that stuff. And they felt comfortable with me being the prospective owner. So 3 weeks later, I drove up to Halifax with a friend, and we, collected Poppy. And she's been here with me ever since. And we've been on a little bit of a journey. She wasn't in great shape when I got her, in all honesty. She was underweight. She needed vaccinations. She needed to be spayed. There was a lot of TLC that was required, a lot of health support that was required. And I'm really proud of where we've got her to. My vet says she's in great shape. She's healthy. She's happy. And that's all that I can possibly ask for. I look back on the photos of her when I first got her, and you can see that she was, you know, needing a bit of TLC, a little bit of love, a lot of care. And she's an incredible, incredible animal. She deserves that. She's an incredible animal. They're an incredible breed. And I'm absolutely, absolutely in love with her. The Sphynx Cat is a gorgeous, gorgeous breed of cat. A unique and a rare breed of cat. They are a pedigree. They are indoor only. They are very affectionate, very canine in their mannerisms. So I don't leave her for huge periods of time. Of course, being a cat, you have a little bit more flexibility than you do dogs, but I don't want her to get lonely. She runs to the door when I come home from work and I open the door. She runs towards the door to say hello. She knows when the buzzer goes that there's someone coming to deliver something, so she runs to the door to see what's happening. She's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, friendly, affectionate, compassionate animal. I love her very, very much. Very, very attached to her. I think she's absolutely beautiful. I grew up with dogs, so owning a cat is different for me, but I've always said I wanted a Sphynx cat. Anyone who knows me knows that this has been that this breed has been my, you know, when I get a pet, this is the pet that I will get. And I am so blessed that I have her, because I just think she's a stunning, stunning example of the Sphynx Cat breed. She's very tiny. She's 3 kilograms. She was far less than that when I got her. She's now at a healthy weight, which I'm really pleased about. But like I said, she's been in, you know, all in good shape. My vet said when I first took her to the vet, she's in good shape. She just needs, you know, a little bit of love and attention. And don't get me wrong, I have no doubt that she was loved in her previous home. But I just don't think she got the attention. And then the individuals who were temporarily looking after her, who I collected her from, were fantastic people and were taking such good care of her. So I have no doubt that the home she was in prior to those individuals temporarily looking after her loved her. Like I said, I just don't know that she was getting the care and attention that she needed, and that they deserve, and that she deserves. So she is now, you know, a solo princess in the pink palace, just living her best life, and she's just the most gorgeous, gorgeous soul. I absolutely love and adore her. So yeah, I mean, as a breed, they're just fabulous. They're high maintenance. They're high maintenance, but I'm sure we'll get into that with the questions. But yeah, definitely one that you have to Google. To really, I think you should do this with any animal, with any breed, to understand if it'll work for you, because they all have their quirks and their personality traits. Definitely Google the Sphynx to understand if it could be a breed that's suitable for you, your family, your lifestyle, or whatever that may be. Because basically everything that they said about her, or that they said about the breed, she is, with a few differences, but I think there's a reason for some of those, but we'll get into that because the questions might mention those. Okay, so the first question is, love Miss Poppy, thank you. And does she like taking baths and or showers? Would like to see her spa treatments. She hates taking a bath. She hates it. So I don't record it because for her, I want to just do it as quickly as possible. I want to make it as, you know, as little, I want to create as little distress for her as possible. So I try to make it quick. I give her treats, I give her hugs, I tell her how good she is. You know, you really try and make this as easy as possible. She's not like some of the Sphynx cats that you might have seen on TikTok. You know, I'm thinking nudie bums, for example. They have the really cute little bonnets and they jump in the water and they paddle around and they love it. She does not love it. She really does not. She allows me to just wash her because she understands that she needs it. And I do it once every 2 weeks. And she understands, I think, that she needs it. But I try and keep it as quick and as, you know, pain-free for her as possible. Ultimately, you know, I know she doesn't enjoy it. And because of that, I don't enjoy it either. So it's not something that I would show. But, you know, ultimately, you know, you have to do it because they can get oily, sort of crusty skin, all of that kind of stuff. So you just need to make sure that you are looking after them. You know, you don't have to brush them, of course, like you do another cat, but that same amount of time can be taken. And when I first got her, because she needed that additional TLC, I was having to sort of bath her once every sort of week, just to keep it more manageable. But I didn't want to take away from sort of the good oils in her skin. There was a build-up that I needed to get rid of. Now that her food is better, now that her, you know, skin is better, all of that kind of stuff is contributing to her not needing to do that as much, which means that something she doesn't enjoy, I don't have to do as often. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. The next question, what kind of food and litter do you use? Is Ms. Poppy allergic to any foods, or is she a picky eater? My cat is a gravy man. So I feed her Royal Canin gastrointestinal as the kibble base. She has tuna, and she also has boiled chicken. So I tend to do tuna one sort of in the morning or in the evening, and then the opposite would be the chicken. So whichever way round they happen to be going, but she will happily eat tuna, you know, morning and evening, chicken morning and evening, and I mix it in with the kibble. She's not a fussy eater. However, she does have a sensitive stomach, and as a breed, my understanding is that they have more sensitive stomach. So I don't feed her pouches because the gravy doesn't process very well. I think it's quite rich for her, so she enjoys the food that I give her, and that's good enough. That's good enough for me. I had to get her onto the diet that she's currently on, and of course I took advice from my vet in terms of what she thought would be best as well, and it was her who recommended the gastrointestinal for me, which has been great, and works really well for Poppy. So yeah, that's the one that I use. And then the litter that I use a non-scented clumping litter that I buy from Pets at Home, which again works well for her. She's happy, easy to clean, easy to manage. I don't have any sort of smell in the flat. I ask everybody and anybody whenever they come over if they can tell, and they always say no, and you know, I have friends who would tell me if that was the case. So I'm happy with that. Okay, what is Poppy's favourite food? Is she needy and in need of constant cuddles, or is she quite independent? Her favourite food, like I said, she loves tuna, but she also loves various treats. So I give her Dentalife treats. I also give her sort of the like meat sticks or fish sticks that you can buy at Pets at Home, for example, and she really enjoys those. But she loves the food. She loves her tuna. She loves her boiled chicken. She enjoys her kibble. So yeah, she's easy like that. Is she needy? Yes. Yes. Very, 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 very. But I love her for it. I would not want her to be any more aloof. I love how much she craves my attention. I just, you know, I love her to pieces, and it's lovely when we're just sat watching TV of the evening and she's either cuddled up next to me on a cushion, or she's in my lap, or she's lying on my shoulder, or she's on the back of the sofa here so that she can watch the TV as well. Or, you know, we'll be in bed and she loves to sort of lie on the corner of the bed. I can't shut the bathroom door because she'll cry. So if I'm showering, I can't shut the bathroom door because she'll cry. But she doesn't like me being in a different room to her unless she's sort of napping. Yeah, it's like I said, quite canine in sort of when I've said this before. The Friends episode did the Sphynx a real disservice by showing it as this aggressive, hissing, you know, breed of cat, because it's very untrue in terms of their genuine mannerisms and their attitude. So, you know, I know that was all in jest and I know it's fun, but of course that's what people hold on to, especially as a lot of people don't know someone who owns the breed. So you don't have someone who can reverse that preconceived notion about them. So hopefully I can do that for all of you who are watching. I want to know everything, anything. I just love her. You could probably set up a cam and let us watch her sleep and we'd be happy. Well, this is what watching her sleep looks like. Or she does sleep. She's got a blanket in the sort of living room window. So I live in an apartment, and she sort of lies by the main sort of double doors that are in my apartment, and she just looks out the window. And it's funny because you'll see people walking past who'll look up and they can see her, and you'll sort of see people pointing at her because she's just sat there watching. There's birds that she sort of tries to jump at. Of course, the door's shut, you know, she can't get to them, but she'll see birds and she'll sort of jump at them. And you know, she loves to chase spiders and she loves to chase flies. Like, she's just a really, really happy, playful cat. I would like to hear about Poppy's adoption story, the first days of her settling in, and what she's like, what she likes to do and eat, interesting facts about Sphynx cats, her endearing and annoying habits and activities. She's a little superstar. So I've shared with you about her adoption story, her first few days of settling in. Honestly, she settled in so well. She's just a gorgeous soul. She was really wanting affection. Her confidence grew as time went on and as she got used to the space, but she slept well. She went to the bathroom, she ate, like all of the signs that you're watching for to make sure that they're feeling somewhat comfortable, even though it's a brand new environment, she was doing. So I was really, really happy with that. I've talked about her eating. I've talked about some interesting sort of facts about Sphynx cats. One thing that she does, so I read, and I don't know if there's anyone else who owns a Sphynx cat who knows who's don't or do this. One of the things I was reading that's a funny one is that Sphynx cats are known to not cover their litter. So they'll go to the bathroom in the litter tray and just walk off. Whereas Poppy scratches and scrapes and gets all of the litter and covers whatever she has just done bathroom wise and covers it, which is something I read that apparently Sphynx don't do. And I do know someone else who has a Sphynx, whose Sphynx's bathroom habits are a little bit more, are a little less predictable than Poppy's, should we say. But I also think that maybe she learned that behaviour because she lived with other animals. So she first, before I had her, before the individuals who were temporarily looking after her had her, the original owner had ragdolls. And I think she might have learned that behaviour from the ragdolls. I think there will be certain things that maybe she picked up from a different breed of cat that she was spending time with. So that's the potential. That's me hazarding a guess, but that's one thing I would say. Her endearing and annoying habits. Oh my God. Everything she does is endearing. Everything she does is endearing. Don't get me wrong, when she needed to be spayed, that was less endearing, when she was shrieking the flat down. Morning, noon, and night. Oh my goodness. That was really, really intense. I have to tell you, that was really, really intense, and that was hard. But, you know, she is a little superstar. She's so sweet. She's so affectionate. You know, she's very similar to a lot of cats. You watch the TikTok videos where people are joking about how they move at 3 o'clock in the morning and suddenly their cat's on them saying, you know, breakfast time, come on, let's get this show on the road. That's her. You know, if I even just cough, it's immediately, oh, must be time to get up. Let's go, let's do something, come on. And then she will come back every 10 minutes. It'll be 4 a.m. She'll come back at 10 past. Come back at 20 past. How about now? What about now? Come on, surely it's breakfast time now. Let's do this. Then, of course, you get up, give them their breakfast, and they go straight back to sleep, and you're then stuck awake. But I don't think that's unique to her, and I don't think that's unique to her breed. You know, and she's just a sassy little thing. But she's really affectionate with others. She's really friendly towards others. She's just a gorgeous, gorgeous little thing. Absolutely love her to pieces. She's just so sweet. She's just so sweet. And very chatty. Very, very chatty. Walks around, chatting away. You know, she'll sit, like I said, I'll be doing something in the bathroom. I'll be doing my hair, or I'll be, you know, applying, you know, spray tan or something like that. And she'll come and she'll just sit outside the door and she'll start chatting. And so, of course, I chat back, and then she'll chat a little bit more, and then she goes, actually, do you know what, I'm bored, I'm going to walk off. and then she walks off, and then she comes back 2 minutes later, she wants to chat again. So she's a very, very chatty little thing. She's absolutely just divine. Okay, another comment. So darn cute. Thank you. Okay, yes, tell us about the breed, the behaviours. Does she like cuddles? My cat is savage and doesn't like cuddles. The care, does she get scratched easily? The food. So I've spoken about a lot of that. The thing I haven't spoken about yet, the care, does she get scratched easily? I clip her nails and I file her nails quite regularly, because if you don't, she can catch herself. Ultimately, she's not got the barrier of fur. So she can catch herself. If she scratches herself quite intensely, she can catch herself. In the same way that as a human, if you've got a sort of a jagged nail and you accidentally catch your arm or something, or you catch the side of your neck, or if you do that and you catch yourself, you can sort of cut yourself. It's no different. It's no different for her. So yes, that is possible, and occasionally can happen, but then what we'll do instantly is then look for the root cause. Which nail is it that I think you've used, and then we'll just quickly round it off and file it. But sometimes that's just because she's having a very, very intense scratch, and it can easily happen, unfortunately. But yeah, she's then healed within about half an hour. I mean, honestly, it's like Wolverine. It's ridiculous. So yeah. And then the food, I've spoken about that. Okay, I'd love to hear about her little personality, likes and dislikes. I like seeing her jump and climb amongst your things too. She's such a cutie. She loves to climb, she loves to jump. If I'm on a Teams call, she'll be scaling the back of the chair. She will jump and cling onto me, whether or not I'm wearing like a long sleeve t-shirt, or if I'm not wearing a jumper like this. If I am, she'll jump and she'll cling on. But of course, if the jumper isn't on and it's just a short sleeve t-shirt, she'll cling in the same way, not thinking, oh, that's Dad's skin, I don't need to cling on to that. No. I want to jump up and I want to say hi and I want to be involved and all of that stuff. So I'll be on a Teams call and she'll be chatting in the background, because she probably has this thought that maybe I'm talking to her. So away she goes, not thinking, oh, he's talking to other people. No. She'll be chatting away, putting in her 2 cents, just as she likes to do. Does she have any dislikes? She doesn't like the Hoover. But other than that, I mean, she just likes to get into everything. Like any cupboard I open, immediately she wants to be inside that cupboard, and you kind of have to pull her out. She likes sitting on the toaster for some reason. So yeah, I'm always making sure that that's unplugged, and also blocking it off if I have just used it, to make sure she cannot get to it in any capacity. I do not know what my neighbour's doing. So yeah, so she likes sitting on just anything, everything. She likes being at a vantage point. She likes being up high. Yeah, she likes sitting on my chest of drawers, like anything that gives her that height. The windowsill. She has multiple beds that are at various levels. She has a bed on one of the chairs. She has a bed on the windowsill that's in my living room. She has a bed on the windowsill that's in my bedroom, which is up higher. She also has the blanket that's on the corner of my bed. She has a bed that's in one of the cubbies where I store my bags. So she's got various places that she can go and that she can relax in. But she will also just as happily, lie on the arm of the sofa, or lie behind me, or lie on my lap. Like, she's very, very affectionate. She loves to play. She loves to play with pom-poms. And she's got this I've got this like pom-pom gun that I shoot, and the pom-poms, and she chases them. And she's got this toy that I can hang down from the door frame that sort of is elasticated and pings, and she grabs it and jumps at it. And she's got another ball that she chases. She loves to play. She's very fun. She loves the sort of feather that you can chase. She loves the light, so the sort of red dot that you can get them to chase. Yeah, a lot of energy. Is harness trained, so I can walk her. She finds it quite overwhelming, gets into it after a little bit, but finds it quite overwhelming, so we have to pick the moment because it can't be when it's sunny, because I don't want her skin getting burnt, so it has to be sort of in the evening, and you just have to be a little bit, I just have to be a little bit careful with her. But yeah, so we don't do that very often, but I, wanted to have the option, and if she needed to burn off some energy, then that's an option of something that we can do to help her burn off energy. That's really annoying. Anyway, that's what you get for living in apartments. But yeah, so she's just a real cutie. And then the last one was, to be honest, you can just upload 20 minutes of Poppy being cute and we'd all be very happy with that. Thank you. She is very, very cute. I mean, yeah, and she's a spoiled little lady. She has, like I said, multiple beds. She has multiple scratches. She has so many toys. She has so many treats. But, ultimately, she's not my child, It's her and I who live here. And I think she deserves it. I think she deserves it. I'm so pleased to be able to give her a really happy life. It says something to me that when I've had people that have come over to look after her, when they'll say to me, oh, she was sweet, but she was clearly nowhere near as engaged as she is when she's with you. And that makes me really happy because ultimately I am her owner. And I wouldn't want her. I want her to be nice to everybody, etc. But when you're the person who spends day in, day out with them, you want them to feel more attached to you. You want them to feel that connection. Not so much so that when I'm not around, she struggles, but of course you want them to be happy to see you and to really feel that connection. And it shows. I'll have people over and I'll leave the room and she'll follow me. She is very, very canine in that sense. She's just an absolutely gorgeous, divine animal, and I'm so pleased. I love the breed. I would highly recommend. Do your research. Because like I said, there's a lot of maintenance there. You have to clean them. You have to do the ears. You have to make sure that they don't have oil stuck under their nails. They can get blackheads. Like, there's all of this stuff that you have to be monitoring and checking, and make sure that they don't get too warm, make sure that they don't get too cold. They have a very high metabolism. They sort of lose quite a lot of heat. So there's all of this stuff that you're having to be conscious of. But as a breed, are so worth it. Just do your homework. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure that you know what that maintenance looks like. Make sure you have the time for it and the energy and the commitment for it. And you'll have an amazing companion. I read how they're great family pets. I don't have, a family in terms of, a family that I live with day to day. I don't have a partner. I don't have children. I don't have, anyone that I live with, except for me and Pops. So, I can't comment from experience in terms of a setup, but from what she's shown to me, I can imagine she would be an amazing family pet. And that's why I work so hard to give her so much love and attention and affection, because I don't want her to miss out on any of that because it's only me. So I want to give her everything. I get asked a lot, would I get another? I wouldn't. And the reason being, it would split my focus. It would split my time. And I believe she deserves all of my attention and all of my focus and all of my time that I can give her. And I don't want to split that between two. I want her life to be as enriched as it can possibly be. And I can deliver that best by only looking after her. So that's a little whistle-stop tour of Miss Poppy. And a little bit of insight into the Sphynx breed. I think it's worth saying, of course, all of this is just my experience. So, yeah, I would love to know what your thoughts are. Thank you so much as always for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.